Hello, wonderful friends. How are you today? Okay, good to see you again. I am Adidayo. I'll be taking year 7, the subject science, and the topic will be continuing from where we stopped. We were actually treating non-living things. We have talked about the classification of non-living things, and we have also talked about the properties. In our last lesson, the properties of metal and non-metal under non-living things. Now, today we'll be completing the topic by treating the lesson uses of metals and non-metals. Uses of metals and non-metals. That is where we are stopping the whole topic for today. Now let's come with me. We have the topic non-living things continued, and this is the last arm under this topic. Uses of non-living things. The uses of non-living things in our environment. Of course, this board I'm using to teach you is non-living. The marker is non-living. Some other things that we have talked about, they don't have life, so they are not living. Metals and non-metals are very useful to man. Note, metals and non-metals are very useful to man. Some uses of these materials are listed below. Now let's go to uses of metals. Metals are used for manufacturing of planes and motor vehicles. Metals, let's start with the first one. For manufacturing of what? Airplane, that is aeroplanes and motor vehicles. Now this is one of the uses of metal. One of the uses of metal is to manufacture airplanes and motor vehicles. Let me quickly give you those facts. Let me this fact now. The metal for making airplane is called duralumin. The metal for making airplanes is called duralumin. We can call it, this is a fact for you. The metal used for making airplane is called duralumin or duraluminium. Duralumin or duralumin, one of the two is correct. Okay, let me give you another fact for today. Building houses, metals are used for building houses. They are used for building houses, you know that. Houses, bridges, for water tanks, some metal water tanks, and some pipes. Some pipes are made of metals. Alright, metals can be used for construction of ships. Constructing ships. You know what ships are? We use them on water, on sea, for constructing boats, roofing sheets, like the one for building your house, the top, the roof. It's made up of metal roofing sheets, refrigerators, and so on. etc. These are the uses of what? Metals. We can also use metal for making cooking utensils. Utensils like your pot, your frying pan, your spoon, among others. Metal can be used for making what? For making cutleries. When I say cutleries, I mean your spoons, the knives, forks, and so on. They are used for making, and also we can use this for making farm tools, and some things like ornaments. Metals are used for making ornaments. That is what you wear on your body. Let me just give example. Farm to metals like what? Ornaments like rings, bracelets, and etc. and so on. Metals are also used for making wires. The wires used to run into your building for connecting power supply. They use metal to making wires for what? For the transmission of what? Of electrical power. For the what? Making wire for the transmission. For the transmission and distribution. For the transmission and distribution of electrical power. Of electrical what? Power. So we use metal to make the wires for making wires for distributing what? Power and what? Transmitting power to your house. Of course, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about wire. Now let's go to uses of non-metals. Uses of non-metals. When I say non-metals, I'm talking about what? Metals that don't contain iron again. Non-metals. Now, the following non-metals are used for. Now let's go to the first one. Let's talk about roofing sheet. Making of roofing sheet. Making of what? Roofing sheet. You may be wondering, I said metals are used for roofing sheet in the first place. That is what they talk about. When I talk about roofing sheet here, let's go back here. I'm talking about aluminum roofing. Look around your vicinity. You will see this aluminum roofing that are made up of metal. That is when I talk about roofing sheet. And when I talk about making of roofing sheet again under non-metals, I'm talking about the asbestos, the slates that we use to build your house. Some of the buildings we have, they use what they call asbestos and slates to roof the building, especially slate on top. So that one is not metal. It's made up of sand, stone, and cement. So that is not metal. That's what I mean by it can also be used for what? For making of what? Roofing sheet. It can also be used for decoration of houses. Non-metal decoration of what? Decoration of what? Of houses. Alright, let's look at another what? Another, it can be used for making handles. Making of what? Of handles, of different handles. Yes, when I say different handles, I'm talking about electrical, okay, making of handles for, no, making of handles electrical handle, electrical or normal handles. That's correct. Check around you, you see the handle of some things you use at home. They use non-metal for them. Like your plastic bucket, your plastic bowl, they have handles and it's not metal. It's made up of normal plastic or other thing. And the last one is used for making clothes. Non-metal can be used for making clothes, bags, etc. Alright. Let's look at it again. We talk about non-living things. As the last arm of this non-living thing, the subtopic is uses of non-living things. Metals and non-metals are very useful to man. Some uses of these materials are listed below. Uses of metals. Metals are used for manufacturing of airplanes and motor vehicles. I said there's a fact for you today. The metal for making airplanes is called duralumin. Duralumin or duraluminium. Alright. We can use metal to build houses, bridges, water tanks, and pipes. Alright. Constructing of ships, boats, roofing sheets, refrigerator, we need metal to construct them. Making kitchen what? Utensils, things used to cook in the kitchen. I've given you examples. We need metals. Making cutlery, spoons, knives, and so on. We need metals. Alright. Making farm tools, ornaments, that is, things we wear on the body, that is ornaments, ring, bracelets, we need metals to make them. Making wires for the transmission and distribution of electrical power, we need metal. That is all the wire we run through our building. Metals are used to construct them. Now we now go to uses of non-metals. Non-metals are used for making of roofing sheets. I've talked about this. I said your asbestos and your slate. They are non-metals. They are used with what? Cement, sand, and what? And stone. So they use it to make this type of roofing sheet. Decoration of houses, they use non-metals. That is talking about the marble, the POP, and other decorating materials. Making of handles, electrical or non-electrical handles, they can use non-metal to construct the handles of things. Making of clothes, bag, and so on. Alright. Now, at this point, I will leave you with this question, just one simple question. The take-home question says, list 5 each. List 5 each. Uses of metals and non-metals. Take 5 each. If I have given you 4 here, look for one or make one available for yourself. Thank you for being with me for this wonderful class. I remain Adedayo. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye-bye.